Clouds TV, empowering lives.
A good soldier of Christ. Who is a good soldier? Ndio kuwe soldier. How do you become a good soldier? Therefore, it means there is a bad soldier and there is a good soldier. And how do you become a soldier? How do you become a soldier? Are you recruited? Do you volunteer? Are you forced? Are you coerced? How many types of soldiers do we have? Kuna a soldier who volunteered. You went looking for a job and then you are employed. There is a soldier that is wanaitangwa reserve. These people are trained but they stay at home. They wait for that moment to defend their nation. There is this soldier who is captured and then he is forced to go to the front line to fight for a nation that captured them. Of late you've heard in Ukraine, in Russia, there are Kenyan people who have been were captured and they're there, they are in the front line. One Juni Kiprotich was arrested by the Ukraine soldiers. So there are different types of soldiers. And all these soldiers, they serve a common purpose. And this common purpose is geared to the person behind it. Today I want to look at who is a soldier of Christ. And what qualifies you to be a soldier? What makes you become that soldier? A church like this one, could you be called a soldier? You who is here. Most especially when I'm dealing with the people early in the morning, wale watu tunazungumzanga now 5 in the morning. Those are gallant soldiers. And the late evening time like this one, it's another army of gallant soldiers. Because these are people determined to know something that they don't know. These are people who is determined to become a pillar. A soldier is a pillar. Somebody who sustains, somebody who defends, somebody who sacrifices for the purposes of a role, purposes of a ministry, purposes of a particular reason. And in this reason, that is what qualifies you. What kind of a soldier are you? Because you can also be a soldier, but an enemy in the camp. You can be a soldier, but a good friend in the camp. You can be a soldier who is just there standing, but not defending. You are there just because you want to be counted. There are soldiers who are there because of what they get, the employment, not for the service of defending a cause. A soldier that defends a cause is somebody that inborn, this man, this woman was born a soldier. But that one who is working for a particular reason, maybe a sale or a salary, these are people that come in because there is something they would want to gain out of the service they are giving. So minus what they get, they cannot give services. So if I may ask you a question, what kind of a soldier are you? Are you in this ministry because of what you are paid? Are you in praise and worship because of something you get from it? Are you ushering because there is a token? Are you ushering because there is a name you have? Or there is a name you want to protect? Or there is an issue because you want to be seen? Because you are a prominent woman, you are a prominent man, you want to be seen to be doing something. That's the main reason you are ushering. That's the main reason you are a chairman, you're chair lady. This is what qualifies you to get out of the kind of a mouth that comes out of the speech you produce. If you want to know people who fight a lot, who are rumor mongers, who are quarrelsome, they have something in them that does not qualify them to be where they are. You cannot find time to discuss somebody if you are busy. You cannot discuss anybody or anything if you are busy doing things. But you can always find time to discuss somebody because you are idle. So an idler is not an army, is not a soldier. An idler is an enemy in the camp. If you've ever found yourself discussing people, or maybe you have been given a responsibility, but this responsibility, you are not discussing the responsibility given to you, but you have reduced yourself to discuss the personality of the responsibility you are supposed to work on, then you are not a leader. You are an enemy in the camp, but leading these people that you want to go and slaughter. So qualities of a leader, there are many. They are not just because you have a big body, you are tall, you are whatever the shape you are, or the form of education that you have does not qualify you to become a leader. Does not make you, your education does not make you a leader. Your position, because by virtue of we were 10 when we started this organization, and therefore because we were 10, we subdivided to each other positions, does not qualify you to become a leader. Timothy first, 2nd of Timothy, chapter number 2. 2nd Timothy, chapter number 2. You then, my child, be strengthened by the grace that is in Christ, Jesus Christ. And what you have heard from me in the presence of many witnesses, entrust to faithful men who will be able to teach others also. So the first quality of a soldier is being able to be entrusted on an information or a role that they are able to transmit the same to the next people. So that's a question now comes up. Since this information of this altar was given to you, to how many people have you transferred the same? To how many people? How many people are here because of you? For you to know that you are productive and you deserve to be where you are today, you look at the fruits. And this, the Bible says, they will be known by their fruits. What they have produced, it will make you to know them. That's the time you know this is a lemon or this is a mushugwa. But if you came to this church, you are here with me 1 year, down the line 1 year, you have never brought any single, even if it's a mosquito, has never followed you to this church, then you don't deserve to be in this place because you are not productive. The Bible in the book of Genesis says, Genesis chapter number 127, be productive and multiply. That be productive means become a seed. To be productive, it says become a seed. So if you are not productive, if there is nothing you are bringing in, it means you stopped being a seed. You are a dead, you are a GMO. You can never be counted as a person who can be entrusted to get the next move. And that is why you are reckless. You can say anything on anybody because you don't care, because you have not paid the price. Your qualities will only be known by the price you've paid. You become strong, you become better, you become qualified because of the price paid by you. If you have ever brought 2 or 3 people into the ministry, you will not badmouth others because you know there are people you will not want them to be hurt. I will bleed every day because when I hear somebody is bad-mouthing you, and you are my daughter, you are my son, it will cause me to bleed when I hear somebody is fighting you. When I hear somebody wants to bring you down. Because you are all my product. All of you, you've come to this church because of me. So when I hear somebody who has not participated in building this church, he is fighting the people that have been brought here, not through their consent, not through their effort, but by somebody's effort. Now you find they don't care. Even if people go, all of them, they don't care, because there is nothing you are associated or is linked to you. And because of staying this long here, and you have no responsibility, and you have nothing that is associated to you here, you become a witch. So witches are not only those who carry the vidito. Witches are those idolers who are idling and they don't have an agenda. If you don't have an agenda here, you can only come to fight others or to look for loopholes in this church so that you can go use it somewhere to fight. You are a devil worshiper and you are a devil yourself, because you don't have an intention of God to help the growth of the word of God. That's why man was told, be fruitful and multiply. So when you are given this information is supposed to turn to become a fruit so that it can germinate to multiply. If you've ever been a Christian and nothing can be attached to you as being a fruit, so you've not multiplied, then you are dead in the spirit and you are dead in the body. And you are the person that causes trouble, causes challenges, causes issues that have stagnated your life and other people's life. And if anytime you spot such a person, that you hear this member and you meet this lady, when you are talking to this lady, try to find out how many people are in this church courtesy of her, so that you can know, is she worthy to become my friend? Not everybody is supposed to become a friend to you. You need to know what is the burden you are carrying in this church. What is the price have you paid in this church? For me to walk with you, what is the price have you paid? For me to even give you a responsibility, what is the price that you've paid for you to be given a responsibility in this church? Do you have any person who can come and say, I came here because so and so preached to me and requested me to come to church? Because most of you, 90% of you, I can see 99%, you came because you saw me on YouTube. You saw me on TikTok. You saw me on Facebook. That is what? That is why you are here. Is that not true? Is that not true? Is that not true? Is that not true? All of you, apart from a few I know, that we met, the contact was one-on-one. The rest are YouTubers. So ask yourself, yes, I met this man through YouTube. What have I done to contribute to his development? What kind of input can be associated with me in this ministry? If you look at the chairs on the other side, and the chairs on the other side, and the lights in this house, and the altar, And anything you are seeing, do you see yourself in them? Is there anything that can you say, this one I bought, I participated in buying a chair. Yes, I didn't give the whole amount, but I know this chair is 5,000 and I gave 500. So I have a chair, I have a share in that share. So what is this that you can cling to? Or when you take your petition to God, do you ever associate yourself with the ministry, with this altar? Are you connected to the altar? So when you go speaking to God, because we speak to God through our altars. What altar do you speak to God from? If you speak to God from this altar, what connection do you have with this altar? What connection do you have with the ministry? Because we take our petition, battles are fought at altars. Do you have any connection with the altars that you are bringing your battle? Or is your battles the connection? That is where you are battling others. Ask your neighbor, are you a soldier in this altar? What did they say? What did they say? Yes? Then ask the second question. What is your price tag? If there is no tag that says you are a soldier and this is the price you paid in this altar, then you don't belong here. And no single fruit from here will benefit you because you are not connected. And this is what you don't want to hear and you don't want to understand. That an altar will become productive to you because of what you've paid. Because of the connection you have with the altar. If there is no connection with the altar, there is nothing you are going to harvest from this altar. Because it doesn't know you. Battles are fought in the altars. The one who you are fighting is been going to ritualists. He's been going to Aganga. They have paid their prices there. They have a connection there. What is your connection with the altar here? Apart from moshene, apart from backstabbing, apart from infighting, what else can be associated with you here? This is what will qualify how this battle or the direction of the battle. Then I will be able to stand here and say, every demon in you, come out. And demons will come out because they will obey the order from the altar, because the altar recognizes you. But if you are not recognized by the altar, it doesn't matter what kind of prayers you are going to offer here. It will never recognize you. And that is when we get to the book of Ezekiel chapter number 16 from verse 1. The Son of Man caused Jerusalem to know her abominations. Cause Jerusalem to know. This is the challenges. This is the cause of the problem we are going through. Cause them, tell them. Ezekiel was being told, tell Jerusalem, Jerusalem is suffering because of this. And number one was, your birth and nativity. Your birth and nativity is of the land of Canaan. Your birth and your nativity. So it means your origin, where you are born, it is an altar. The village that you come from is an altar that speaks. So it can cause you to stagnate. If you don't address the problem of your origination, you will stagnate. You will find yourself in battles you don't understand. And to identify the problem, to identify the origination of your problem, is either sacrificing on the altar of the family or destroying the altar of the family. You either conform or disconform. You cannot be somewhere you are not associated and expect to have any profit, any success. You will not make it. you will not be successful. Nothing will come out because there is no connection. So Jerusalem was being told, because Ezekiel was told, go and tell Jerusalem. The problem they are facing is because of their originality, where they were born. Their nativity and birth is the problem. And this is what? This land is the land of the Canaanites. So Jerusalem is built on the land of the Canaanites. Who were the Canaanites? Where did they come from? The Canaanites came from Canaan. Canaan is a son of Ham. Ham is the one who saw the nakedness of his father, and Ham was cursed. But the curse did not touch Ham, because Ham was one of the people that were in the ark. And God promised anybody that was in the ark will never be cursed. So the curse was released to Ham. And therefore the curse did not touch on Ham, but jumped to the son, his own son. So you could be carrying a curse of your father. It could have been it's your father who was cursed. But because the nature of your father, the curse jumped to you. Or can you even jump, not to you, to your child, who's named after that man. So the land of Jerusalem is built in the land of Canaan. And Canaan is a cursed man. So Jerusalem is built on a curse. So you either conform to the curse or destroy the curse for you to become free. It's either you conform, you become subject of the curse and you operate in that curse, or you break the curse so that you can operate from a land that is not cursed. So number 2, the Bible says, and your father, for your father was an Amorite. So why do they bring the father's tribe? The father was an Amorite. You go back to do research. Who were the Amorites? The Amorites are the people who fought against the people of God. They were carrying a curse. So your father is an Amorite who is carrying a curse of being an Amorite. They've been fighting the people of God. And for your mother was a Hittite. Who are the Hittites? The Hittites are witches. So your father is a man against God. Your mother comes from a generation of witches. And the land you are sitting on is cursed. So who are you? You are a product of 3 things. And the Bible continues to say, and the day you are born, your umbilical cord was not cut. Meaning, you are still connected to the curse of the land, the curse of the father, the curse of the mother. And you never found anybody to wash you with the salt. So you are still dirty as your mother is. You are still dirty as your father is. You are still dirty as the land you've originated from is.
Bethel Clouds TV, empowering lives.